From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update. Sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling.
Hi, this is Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, December 17th. Chilly day, expected highs in the low to mid 40s. Clouds are going to roll in throughout the day, making way for some showers and rain later on into the night with flooding possibilities. And a man is now in custody for one of this week's Indianapolis homicides. Investigators say Michael Wilson Jr. shot his father to death in an argument Tuesday night. It happened on Edmondson Avenue on the northeast side of the city. IMPD says that Michael Wilson Jr. ran away after that shooting. Officers say they found him at an apartment complex on the other side of the city. Many school districts across the country are on edge following alleged TikTok posts warning of shooting and bombing threats. The platform says that while it's not found evidence of those threats on the app, it is working with law enforcement to investigate. The alleged threats have been circulating in the aftermath of a deadly school shooting in Michigan. The statement from TikTok hasn't kept some schools from taking action in response to the vague rumors that something could happen today. In Elkhart County, Goshen Community Schools says that they will switch to e-learning today. In the post to social media, the district said it consulted with local police and wanted to err on the side of caution. Farther south, Anderson Community Schools say that the district's monitoring the situation and taking it seriously. They added that they have been in contact with law enforcement and will have an increased presence in the buildings today as an added precaution. School leaders in Fishers are reassuring families about the threats. They held a town hall meeting Thursday planned before the TikTok story broke because the district just handled a local scare. Last week, police arrested two 13-year-olds for making separate threats against Riverside Junior High School. In yesterday's meeting, Fishers Police and Hamilton Southeastern School officials outlined their plan for assessing threats and acting on them. Police leaders talked about the extra training school resource officers get.
What are special needs? How are special needs kids, what kind of services can we provide for them? Or how do we protect them in their own set of circumstances? Understanding what an IEP is or a 504 or the different things that are out there to provide educational services.
School officials also explained their process when a threat comes in, including briefing officers, looking for the origin of the threat and what's in it, then meeting with the student who did it. For those who haven't gotten their COVID vaccine yet, officials warn it could be a long and hard winter as Omicron cases grow. Dr. Anthony Fauci said yesterday that he is certain Omicron will become the dominant coronavirus variant in the U.S. relatively soon. In recent days, health officials have been stressing the importance of boosters as Omicron is contributing to more and more breakthrough cases. It's creating some frustration among those who question what it means to be fully vaccinated. Wish TV medical expert and former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams says that he is just as frustrated with the ebb and flow of information.
But we're dealing with a novel virus. We have 3 amazing vaccines. We have therapeutics. We have the tools to be able to live with this virus. So please, bear with us. Listen to your health professionals. Get your vaccination, get your booster, and understand we're in a better position than anyone else in the rest of the world to deal with this virus because of the technologies, because of the scientists that we have here. But we've got to use those tools to get through this holiday season and to turn the corner into next year.
According to Johns Hopkins, over 61% of people in the U.S. are fully vaccinated. COVID protocol changes are switching up team routines within the NFL. Masks are back on at the practice facilities and meetings are virtual. So far, the Colts look mostly healthy from the virus or new injuries as they get ready for tomorrow's rivalry game against the Patriots. The two teams don't play every year, and New England has owned the recent matchups. T.Y. Hilton has never been on the winning side. He talked about why teams coached by Bill Belichick are tough.
The thing with him is whatever you do well, he's going to take it away. So if you're right-handed, you better learn how to shoot with your left hand. If you're left-handed, you better learn how to shoot with your right hand. And that's just how he is. So we just got to be ready for anything and everything when it comes to that defense. I mean, I'm 0 for against him. So, if you need any motivation, 13's going to give you that motivation. So, for me, man, it's another game, but it's a big game.
Kickoff is 8:20 tomorrow night at Lucas Oil Stadium. A federal bankruptcy judge blocks OxyContin maker Purdue Pharmaceuticals' deal to settle thousands of lawsuits. The judge found flaws in the way the settlement protects members of the Sackler family from being sued. Purdue officials say they'll appeal the ruling. The family would have funded much of the settlement in exchange for legal protections. Hundreds of tips have come into police since they publicly revealed a social media profile that may be connected to the Delphi murders. It is a big new development in a story Wish TV was first to report last week. News 8's Demi Johnson spoke to the Carroll County Sheriff and explains what we know about the tips.
In just 10 days, authorities have heard from at least 500 people, each of them explaining encounters with the online profile under the name Anthony Shots, a profile state police highlighted earlier this month.
Investigators would like any individual who communicated, met, or attempted to meet the Anthony Shots profile to contact law enforcement by utilizing the tip email, Abby and Libby Tip at CACOSHRF.com.
I personally have talked to at least 3 women who all say they received disturbing messages from either the account or the personal account of Kegan Kline. Kline is the man who admitted to state and federal agents that he opened the account. All of the women asked that I not use their names, but did give permission to report what they told me. A podcast called The Murder Sheet talked to another woman who said her interactions with Kline started when she was only 12 years old.
He would just tell me how beautiful I am, that I should come stay the night at his house, let him take me out of state.
Kline is in the Miami County Jail on 30 felony charges, including child porn and child solicitation. Kline admits getting more than 100 sexual pictures and videos of underage girls using the Anthony Shots profile. He made that admission in February 2017, just 12 days after the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi. But Kline wasn't arrested until more than 3 years later. So far, state police have not publicly connected Kline with the girls' deaths, but they have talked about the Delphi case in both of their releases about Kline and the social media account. The most recent came out Monday after our reporting when investigators acknowledged the delay in Kline's arrest. They say they've conducted dozens of secondary investigations based on information in the murders of Abby and Libby. In Indianapolis, I'm Demi Johnson for Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Again, we want to stress that Kegan Kline has not been charged in the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. In fact, no one has. Kline was supposed to be in court yesterday, but a judge agreed to cancel the appearance. He's now scheduled to go on trial in May. 5 state Senate Republicans are concerned with Marion County's crime problem. The group has now proposed 5 new bills to help combat the crime. Our IT mate looked into the bills. One requires courts to review arrest warrants before bail is offered. Another restricts charitable organizations like the Bail Project from posting bail for people charged with a felony and requires these organizations to register with Department of Insurance.
The biggest concern that I've heard, and a lot of the reporting, are about individuals who are violent felons that are getting low bail, reduced bail, get out on our streets, and they commit another crime.
The remaining bills create a path for all of the police departments in Marion County to share information and resources, implement stricter standards for electronic monitoring, like higher fines for removing a monitor, and additional staff to oversee the programs. The last bill creates a pilot program to put more police and resources into high crime areas. However, one Democrat says the bills do not target the root cause, and the 5 bills are expected to be heard in January's General Assembly. The CDC now recommends the Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine over the Johnson & Johnson version. CDC Director Dr. Rochelle Walensky accepted the recommendations of the agency's advisory panel based on new data about rare but potentially serious blood clots. About 16 million Americans have gotten the J&J shot so far. Dr. Jerome Adams, the Wish TV medical expert, says that anyone who got their Johnson & Johnson dose more than 3 weeks ago is fine, but they should still go and get a booster of either the Moderna vaccine or Pfizer. A major street reopening in downtown Indianapolis. You'll be able to drive Market Street in front of the City County building for the first time in more than a year. It's been closed from Delaware to Alabama for renovations. The work is part of a larger makeover of the streets and sidewalks around Monument Circle. There's a reopening celebration at 11 o'clock this morning. To the deadly shooting on a movie set, a judge has signed a warrant for Alec Baldwin's cell phone. Baldwin was holding the gun in the shooting, which killed cinematographer Helena Hutchins and wounded the director of the film. Investigators have not indicated Baldwin will face charges, but they want to see if the phone has anything on it related to the shooting. Baldwin is a defendant in civil suits brought after the movie shut down. Today, we expect to hear Kim Potter's side of the story. She's now the former Minnesota police officer on trial for shooting Daunte Wright to death. Potter could take the stand when testimony resumes this morning. Some legal experts say it's a bold move, giving her a chance to give her perspective in person, but also opening her up for cross-examination. Potter says she drew a gun instead of her taser by mistake during a traffic stop with Wright in April. Her defense calls the killing an accident. Prosecutors say it was negligence. Court is scheduled to resume this morning at 10 o'clock. Christmas comes early for some children at Peyton Manning's Children's Hospital. One family is donating $15,000 worth of game systems, controllers, and games. Ascension is sharing the story in pictures. Ethan Anderson and his family dropped off the donations yesterday. The haul includes tablets, consoles, controllers, those switches, lots of games. Anderson says he made some good money in an investment in GameStop and was inspired by others who decided to help from their earnings, I should say. And according to Ascension, Anderson is partial to the game Plants vs. Zombies because he once worked for the company that created it. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway. Online at wishtv.com and follow us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
Sponsored by LCS Heating and Cooling. This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.